what is the Adderall crash and why does it happen? This is my Adderall. This is amphetamine salt right here. This is what I take for my ADHD. I take 10 milligrams in the morning and I take 10 milligrams in the afternoon. And anyone who takes Adderall or a stimulant med like this that's an amphetamine salt knows what the drop is, and this is why the drop happens. If you're new to the channel, hit the like and subscribe button. This actually helps your brain produce dopamine. So this is what happens when you have ADHD. Dopamine is like glasses for us. We have all these thoughts, all this stuff going on, and it's very hard to control our thoughts. We can get paralysis very easily where we can like sit and just trying to get something done to focus is very, very difficult. Well, when you introduce dopamine into your brain, it's almost like you put glasses on and you're able to grab and latch onto your thought process so much easier. It's an amazing thing if you're ADHD, the first time that you have something like this in your system, to realize that it slows this thought process down. Well, the dopamine doesn't just come naturally. What this amphetamine salt does is it forces your brain to actually produce dopamine. So now your brain is producing dopamine, which is great if you're ADHD, but it also prevents some of the reuptake. And what that is now the dopamine is crossed through the neurotransmitters onto another one, absorbed in. Well, it's not absorbing in. But your brain keeps producing dopamine, which is this feel-good, happy, good, energetic. Look at dopamine as like the happy chemical in your brain. What makes you happy is dopamine. So your brain is producing this. It's hitting your brain receptors. It's not absorbing into your brain receptors. So it's keeping you focused. It's keeping you on track. And this is going to go on for a couple hours. Adderall XR, it can go on even longer. Same with Vyvanse. But at a certain point, your brain now stops and it just shuts off. Your brain now registers, all of a sudden becomes clear that it's not absorbing the dopamine, it's not going to produce any more dopamine, and it stops this process. So what happens is that's the drop. That is the depression, the emptiness that kind of sets in, the laziness, the I don't want to do anything, the hopelessness. That is the Adderall drop, and that is why it happens. And I will say this, I have had times the more almost that you're on in the higher dose of like an amphetamine salt that you're on, the worse your drop is going to get. I will say at 10 milligrams, I know my drop's coming. I can kind of feel it coming, and when it hits, I'm not as motivated as I was. I'm a little bit blah is one of the easiest ways to put it, but I'm not like in the pits of despair. I'm not hurting. I'm not in a bad place. And I'm also so familiar with it. I mean, I was diagnosed ADD at 13. I was re-diagnosed ADHD at 17. I've been on Adderall most of my life. And so I know how to mentally almost even prepare and be like, oh, this is why I feel this way. It's 6 o'clock. Guess what? This is what the rest of my night's going to look like. And if I really want to do something, I really have to like use all of my fucking mental bandwidth to do it because the Adderall is now out of my system. But that is why the drop happens. And for some, it is more of a challenge. And if it's too bad, that's why your psychiatrist a lot of times will provide a SSRI like a Lexapro or something of that sort, even Wellbutrin, to kind of help offset and produce some serotonin so that you don't feel as depressed. I will say this though, do I wish I was on Adderall? I wish I wasn't. Is it my tool that I use that makes my life tremendously easier? Absolutely it is. And it's one of those just hard places to be in because I also have had the time that I've ran out of Adderall before, and well, going through withdrawals of it does really suck. So, you know what, one day I do want to get to a non-stimulant med, but until then, you know what, I'm okay with how I am now and I'm loving my life. If you haven't hit the like and subscribe button, hit the like and subscribe button. Comment your experiences down below. I mean, the more that we share our experiences, the more that we share about, you know, struggles that we hit and even ADHD struggles that you hit or getting tested for ADHD. I got the link down below for that. Get yourself tested, get on the right meds. And the more that we share, the more that nobody goes through it alone. And that's the nice thing, is to know that you're not alone, to know that others are going through this, and to know that you're not the odd man out. You're not the oddball, and that there's nothing wrong with you. And guess what? A lot of us do have ADHD. It is a struggle. It's a battle. But you know what? Some of the benefits of having ADHD is you are resilient, and that is an amazing thing to have. Being resilient is awesome. That is one of my favorite parts of being ADHD. And I do enjoy sharing about this and helping those through. So make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, comment down below, and just know this, that you got this.